No matter how old or how young we are, this is going to be a topic that we all like to think about. We dream about it, retirement.
But for some aging workers, when is the right time to call it quits? Chip Coughlin joins us this morning from Retirement Income Analyst, and he's here with a few things to consider. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So when we think about retirement, let's start with those. What are some of the things that we should be considering?
Well, you want to look at all of the sources of income when you get ready to retire. Everyone gets Social Security. You may get a pension if you work for the federal government or you work for the state or you're a teacher, but you might have a 401k, a 403b, IRAs, Roth IRAs, and then individual accounts. You want to look at all of those, bring them all into the plan.
And it's not just that. I know when we talk about building your retirement income, you talk about a mix of stocks and bonds, but you also need to think about whether they're tax-free or whether you're gonna get a tax on that income, right?
Exactly. As you plan, you have to look at what's going to be taxable. That would be your pension, your 401k, your IRA, and things like that. Tax-free would be your Roth IRA, some insurance products, and finally some capital gains tax. That would be your non-qualified, non-retirement investments, individual accounts and joint accounts. You want to mix those together so that when you retire, what you have as taxable income is as low as possible. Because let's face it, when we retire, we want to pay as little tax as possible.
And even before we retire, too.
That too.
Now, how much income should you take monthly? And what should you consider when it comes to that?
Great point. Studies have shown that you should take about 4% income from your investments.
Okay.
At 4%, you have a 92% success rate. What I mean by that is your money living as long as you do. 92% at 4%. So if you went up to 5, okay, it drops down into the 70s. So you definitely don't want to run out of money while you're retired. So you got to watch that.
So I guess also a part of that, I don't know, this works into it, is how much you're going to need per month too. You got to figure out what your spending is going to be too.
Absolutely, and that's where a budget is so important. We ask all of our clients to come prepared, bring a budget.
Do your homework.
Exactly, we give them the homework, and it's amazing. People come into the office and they do it while I'm sitting there. I said, that's not what we want. We want a little pre-planning.
Yes.
Because let's face it, you may be retired as long as you were working.
Wow.
And we've got to have a budget to make sure it fits for you.
That's true, because life expectancy nowadays is much longer than it has been, right?
Absolutely. There's a website we recommend everyone go to. It's www.livingto100.com. It's a life expectancy calculator. And I tell everybody, go, be honest, because it talks about your health history, your family's history, what you like to do, how you eat, and things like that. Be honest with the questions. It'll give you an idea of what your life expectancy could be. It'll also tell you what you could do to change that, make it better.
Okay.
And finally, you say that you should review your investment goals.
Yes, on an ongoing basis. Beginning of the year is a great time to look at those goals, but as you move forward, I'd keep that in mind all the time. Because as you get closer to retirement, you don't want to take too much risk. By taking too much risk, you run the risk of having a poor sequence of returns. A negative year on top of a negative year, and it's difficult to recover from that. So you want to check those as you go along and probably reduce the risk in your portfolio as you're moving forward or closer to retirement.
Not totally.
Correct.
Yep. Well, if you want more information, you can check out the Retirement Income Analyst. They have their office on East Brighton Ave in Syracuse. You can call them at 701-4440 or toll free 855-44-RETIRE. And you can also visit their website at retirementincomeanalyst.com.
Chip, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.